Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Slay the Spire. We're still just kind of playing the Watcher, Watcher, that's what it's called. Because that's the new character and it's exciting, and I've already played a lot of the others. Also, like, my Ascension levels here on these guys are at like 1 because it's in beta, and if I go out of beta then I don't have access to this character. So it's kind of like, I don't want to grind out Ascension levels for everyone again. Anyway. You guys don't need any excuses though, right? You're here to see the Watcher. Oh, hang on. Is there, the sound's not recording. One moment. There we go. What do we got? 3 random potions. Actually, like, not that bad. Choose a rare card. I mean, probably we should choose the rare card. Like, that's a pretty big reward. There are some impactful rare cards. And they should save us quite a bit of health. The fact that we lose 6 max HP to get them is not, like, that big a deal. And I really like the idea of having a direction for the deck early, because a lot of these are build arounds, so I'll take it. Okay, we can actually start with Lesson Learned. Oh my gosh, I love the art. That's adorable. Deva form... Okay, they haven't changed it since last time I looked. In, like, the first week of beta, this was, like, 3 mana, gain 9 plated armor. And it was very strong. This one I'm not so sure about. It's very much, like, boss battle focused, because you pay 3 energy, and, like, you don't even get that back for 2 more turns. But then, like, you know... If you know the combat's going to go, like, 4 or 5 or more turns, like, Deva form is pretty good. And you have some way to generate cards or draw or whatever to spend the energy. Judgment is pretty cool. What are these guys doing? What is this art? I don't know. Huh. Anyway, but Lesson Learned is great. And the earlier you take it, the better. Did they nerf it? Did it used to do 12 damage? Maybe upgraded it does 12? 13. They did nerf it. Okay. I'm sure it used to do 12. Pretty sure, right? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. We could look it up, but we're not going to. So now, like, especially in the early fights, we're really, really encouraged, like, on these enemies who are not that tough, to try to grind out some upgrades. There are no paths with more than 2 fires, not counting the ones at the end that you always get. And there are several paths with 2 that we have our choice of. How about elites? I kind of like picking up these guys on the 2 fire path. Because if we take these other 2 fires, you can get at most 1 elite and 1 shop. Oh! Is this a... There's not quite a 3 fire path, that, or a 3 elite path that also hits 2 fires, right? We can hit these 3 elites, get a fire and a shop, which is nice. But you're sort of giving up a fire to gain an elite, which is... You know, if you can take it, it's great to get the relic, but it's a dangerous play. At any rate, all of those start here, right? This is our decision point. Going this way is pretty wimpy, and I don't much want it. So I think I will... These 2 are basically equivalent, given that we're going this way. I suppose we could consider going to the right. There's all these question marks. We get 2 elites, 1 fire, and the shop. That's actually, like, maybe not bad. We don't need the fires as badly because we have Lesson Learned. This gets us 2 elites and a shop, which we can't get over here. I think I'm going to try that. Plus we get all these early question marks, which is nice. Yeah, okay. Kind of a weird play. I usually try to maximize fires, but are you... Well, okay, I guess this is the turn. All I wanted to do was defend anyway. So next turn, hopefully, I can unload with a bunch of attacks. I mean, I have only attacks, so... let's see. I mean, this is kind of a bummer, right? Could I kill him? I mean, not really, right? I have 29 damage if I use Lesson Learned, and if I don't, I have 31. And that's requiring me to go to Eruption, which I don't even really that much want to do. So I think I should just use 3 strikes. Okay, I still can't make Lesson Learned go off, which stinks. I mean, I have 31 next turn, which I think is enough to kill him even if he's blocked, so... I don't think... Oh, also I can enter Calm. That'll help a lot. Maybe. Right, like, obviously, the play to save us the most health is to Lesson Learned him right now, and then next turn kill him. But I'm just hopeful that I can stall enough to get Lesson Learned to kill him. Maybe that's too greedy, but I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, it was pretty greedy, alright. So, I mean, I could take 6 damage to get Lesson Learned to go off, but I think that's just overdoing it. I should just kill him. We didn't get Lesson Learned to proc this combat. That's too bad. We got a pretty awkward draw for it. Consecrate. What is that? Is that like... Oh, it's a crate. With something in it. Crush joints? This didn't have art last game, did it? Now it does. What is this? Oh, that's the guy, the more you damage him, the less he attacks you, and he's attacking for 0 here because he has vulnerable. It's adorable. Alright, I'll take it. But we're going right. Yeah, that's right. I don't like that usually. I mean, we're a little bit short on elites and heavy on, sorry, short on fires and heavy on elites, but, you know, I like relics. There we go, not too bad. For 5 HP, get Yang, absolutely. Or 7 or whatever it was. Doesn't tell me what relic. Yeah, I'll buy a random relic for 73 gold. Frozen Egg, when you add a power, upgrade it. Kind of overlapping with Yang, but with, I'm sorry, with Lesson Learned. But there was no guarantee that we would get Lesson Learned to hit every card in the deck. So, what's the deal here? It seems like I should be able to kill both of them somehow, right? But it's hard to do that while also playing Lesson Learned, I think. Because Lesson Learned... If they're vulnerable, it does 15. I can't just play Eruption Lesson Learned because I have no other attacks if I do that. So the other choice would be like Miracle, Crush Joints, Lesson Learned, and either Strike or Defend. 8 and 15. So I could kill this guy and defend, take 1 damage from this one. That seems fine. Ah, didn't upgrade this defend. Too bad. Ah! We're, that's right, we're taking no damage because of Yang. Already, it's paying off. That relic that we got, I already forget how. How did we get a relic? We got one from reaching around in the jar. Oh, and we bought the other one. Yeah, that's great. Not the jar, the whatever it is, the corrosive ooze or something? I don't know. This is not actually lethal, but I think it's better to do a bunch of damage. Like, do 5 damage or enter Calm. Which would I prefer? I guess I'll just enter Calm, because, like, next turn I'm certain to be able to block enough, and if I draw Eruption, being in Calm is basically lethal anyway. Haha. Oh, I don't even need to... Alright, whatever. Yeah, that one attack. It was lethal, right? Even with no follow-up. Fasting Plus? Yes, with Yang? Are you kidding? This is like the same run as last time, but we just get all the good things right up front instead of at the end. So we're sort of incentivized now to take, like, block cards, small blocks, and small attacks, really. So I believe here we play Vigilance, Crush Joints, Pass to get some vulnerable on him and Calm and be ready for like a giant Wrath turn next turn, hopefully. Although I just dumped most of my attacks, sadly. I'll take it. I mean, on the other hand, being in Wrath next turn is a little bit scary. But, like, I'll have some permanent decks, and I don't know, it could work out. Oh, and also I'll be blocking his, well, no, I'll probably play enough attacks to use up my artifact, and I won't be canceling out his whatever thing. But that's better anyway. Gaining decks is at least as good as stopping him from taking away decks, right? So this is clearly a lot of damage that he is applying to me. And there's not a ton I can do about it, but I think it's basically just strike for some decks, miracle out all the defends. It's a lot of damage, but not more than you would usually take against this guy anyway, right? Now we crush his joints and go Vigilance to stop all this crazy damage. Or some of it. Oh, it's not Crush Joints Plus. It's right, it's only 1 volt. Oh well. Well, we'll soon fix that, hopefully, with Lesson Learned, right? Seems like we might have lethal here? I don't know. I guess not. Is the 8 extra damage... I should do the 8 extra damage and not try to hoard Lesson Learned. I am not that likely to draw it before the combat's over. Like, I want to end the combat this turn if I can. Turns out I can't. So he's attacking for 20? This would be 19 block if I strike. Oh, I'm in Wrath. I have to get out of Wrath in order for this to be any good. So I think we just Vigilance defend. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, and like there's some chance we would have redrawn Lesson Learned here, and wouldn't that be nice, but yeah, you can't have everything. I mean, he's dead regardless, but just for good form, I should Crush Joints. Okay. Tiny chest. Gain gold, you get more treasure. Cool. Halt seems pretty good, actually. Oh, this used to be weaker, right? Or it was, they made it a little bit more Wrath focused. It used to be gain 4, Wrath gain 7 more or something like that. Or maybe it was 3 and 7 and you upgrade it to 4 and 10. I don't know. Anyway, they made it a bit better, it looks like. And so given that we have all this stuff, right, like Yang and Fasting, I think Halt is pretty great. We're going to need to find some draw at some point. Ooh, I think I should rest here. Oh well. That's what the Lesson Learned is for. I mean, do I need the fasting? Maybe it would be better to just erupt on this guy and then strike to kill this guy. I don't think I need to make my dex permanent, really. Especially since it means I'd have to spend a miracle to kill this guy. Yeah. This combat's short enough that just having the dex next turn is fine. Or having to build up dex on the turn you use it. Alright, so now we have, I think, it must be lethal, right? With Lesson Learned. We can, like, miracle a crush joints and then Lesson Learned. Probably strike Lesson Learned would also have worked. I don't know. I didn't want to do the math, and this was clearly fine. Alright, upgrade that strike. Fine, I guess. More fasting. I gotta take it, you guys. I have to. Fasting is like footwork in this deck, right? And it's upgraded. And footwork is, like, pretty cool. Oh my god, I'm glad I have Explosive Potion. I am extremely happy for that. So I think I'm going to Explosive Potion, Lesson Learned, Strike. Wow, we got this, like, last combat, too. Without this, we might actually legitimately be dead in this fight. So, anyway, very happy to see that. I guess I probably should have coined a miracle or something, but it doesn't really matter. I say coin. Coin a miracle. Because it is a coin, right? Like the Hearthstone coin. Should have miracled out the fasting is what I meant to say. But it doesn't really matter. Excuse me? Did I just, like, somehow not see this number over his head? I would obviously have struck him if I'd realized he was attacking, but I thought he wasn't. Well, great. Now I can't even, like, kill him this turn. What a hacker. He used neurolinguistic programming to disable my eyes. Alright, we can kill this guy, and that's what counts. And then we can block this easily enough. Yeah, even with the perfect potion, I still took 5 damage on that fight because I'm an idiot. Like, imagine if... Oh, man. Is there some reason I want this? Not really? Like, I mean, I don't have a source of energy right now. Which is the main reason you want this card. Like, also just, like, smites are good, you know, don't get me wrong. Who's the boss? Guardian. I feel like it's a bit early to take this, but it is also good. Alright, I'll do it. I'm getting nervous about this run, though. I guess just Vigilance Cross Joints is pretty much the only play that does anything. Fasting, Strike, Halt. Gains 5 block. I don't have anything like lethal, right? 12 and 7 is 19. I could use a Strike Potion? Skill Potion, I mean? It would gain me some block, but I'm only taking 3 damage, so I don't think it's that great. Alright, get pen nibbed, buddy. So this would be 18. I'm not weak, so these are currently 6, doubled to 12 each. 18, 30, 42. So I do have lethal. I'm going to miss lesson learned again, which kind of stinks, but since I have no blocks and I don't want to take 13 damage, there's really only one choice. Vault, always pick. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I wish I had the vault next turn. Well, let's take the regen potion, and then next turn I'll take the skill potion. And I won't vault now. I'll save it for later. I have a pretty good like strike defend at the moment. Actually, another strike is fine. Like Miracle the strike into defending. You know, Miracle is made to be used, and right now the block that we gain from the strike is giving us damage as well as a block, which is like fine. Oh, what is this garbage? I mean, it's not bad exactly. I just wish that instead of fasting, I had some attacks. Give me a skill that does some damage somehow? No, because I can't even really play Eruption in good conscience. These are all so bad. What? What did I pick? I picked nothing? I didn't... Was there a skip button? Okay, well, that happened, I guess. I didn't even know you were allowed to skip those. I was just trying to, like, see what I had in my hand or something. I don't remember exactly what I was thinking, but that sounds plausible, doesn't it? So we strike, lesson learned, and halt. I think it's clearly worth, like, the upgrade, even though it means we're going to take, like, 5 damage. What did we get? Eruption. Great. Okay, this is the elite fight. So after this, it should be easier. I mean, I think we play Crush Joints and Vigilance. Battle him would be cool, but I want to get some damage in, and it also makes Vigilance block more. I think we'll target this guy. Finally, the vault shows up. I think we will take it. Can I justify playing this defend? Or this fasting? I don't think so. I just want to not take any damage. Gaining a little extra dex in next turn is not really worth the downside of taking some damage now. I have Pen Nib on? Okay. So this is actually 36 damage. Just missed. Like, if I struck this guy last turn instead, I'd be taking 10 less damage. And maybe I could have found that play. I'm not sure. Like, obviously I didn't know I would draw this hand, but if I'd looked at my deck, I would have realized that this hand is like the main one where what I strike matters. Right, I could always do enough damage to kill this guy in 2 turns. But there was some chance that I might actually be able to kill this guy, and I should have played for that. Fasting first, obviously. Excuse me, wasn't Eruption upgraded? It is, but it's not upgraded this combat. Weird. Anyway, oh god, I don't want to be in Wrath right now. Oh, this is the worst. Okay, well, I guess I'll just do nothing, pretty much. Ugh. More resting coming up. This lesson learned is not getting as much value as I had hoped it might. Obviously, applying the vulnerable didn't matter that much to him, but you know, the other ordering would just give me one more block that turn, which I didn't need, so. Alright, well, we made it through the fight and picked up Pantograph. What incredible timing. I was just worrying about how I might have trouble with the boss, and like, there you go. This is new. Wheel kick. Kind of like it. Did I gain something that makes me, like, want draw? No, I gained stuff that makes me want energy. Pray. Huh. I mean, with Yang, like, this Just Lucky is a lot better than it might otherwise be, right? These two cards seem pretty good. I don't know. Prey is pretty questionable. Like, it pays for itself, but it makes you draw a miracle, which is not always that great. Often it is, because you'd rather, you have, like, enough cards but not enough energy, but sometimes you don't, and then you hate to draw a miracle. So I think I'll just take Just Lucky. It's pretty, like, bland, but it seems to be kind of what we need right now. Excuse me, where's my explosive potion? Oh, I wish I had an excuse to play Lesson Learned. But I think instead I should just, Fasting, Halt, Vault, Miracle. That kills the toughest one, and then I can kind of stall on the others to get Lesson Learned. I don't even know which one I should attack. This one has the most health by a lot. This one's attacking for more for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I'll kill this one just because he has so much more health. Deal 15. Yes, that kills him. I should play Just Lucky after other attacks where possible. This guy has 18 total health. This guy has 17. I can do 18 with 2 strikes and then block this last guy. Nope. Any card that's not Lesson Learned, I don't want right now. I mean, we're guaranteed to draw it, right? No. I'm gonna have to wait a while. I'm going to not play Crush Joints because it would take away my ability to play a Just Lucky without killing him. Plus, it lets me get into Calm, which I don't know, unlikely to matter, I guess. Oh, or just to play other attacks to gain a little bit of dex. Right, like now I can play this strike without killing him. And that gives me 1 more dex for this block. I maybe should have played Battle Hymn, I don't know. Anyway, Lesson Learned gets there. Upgraded Vault, sure. We're not really switching stances very much, and the deck doesn't seem to be built around that. So, I don't know, Sanctity maybe is good? We're encouraged to add weak cards, not weak cards, cheap cards. And Sanctity helps you draw them while also blocking to benefit from the Yang. Sure. What is this art? I see it says 100%. Probably a reference to some other game where devotion is some concept and I don't recognize it. I don't know. Anyway, so none of these cards look that great. How about the relics? Like Bag of Prep? It's pretty cool. I could not afford to remove a card, though. Right, that would be at cost 120. Also, some potions might be great to ensure that I can survive the boss fight, although I'm going to heal for 25. Like, I feel totally fine going in there with 46 health. Yeah, so I don't think I need a potion. I mean, I can remove cards for sure. But it might just be better to gain Bag of Prep. Like, that first turn can be a rough one, and having 2 more cards is pretty cool. Orrery, not really my thing. Attacks that cost 0 for a whole combat is cool with Yang, but it's very slow. You have to pay 2 mana, 2 energy, and then like eventually you get some stuff. I mean, you know, Forethought on like Vault is pretty powerful or whatever, but or Lesson Learned, but not really worth investing in. I think I'll just take Bag of Prep. It's a good card, and that's it. Bowling Bash. Usually a worse strike, or well, a slightly better strike, but in multi-enemy combats it could be pretty good. I don't think so. I'll just save the money. Oh, I could buy a potion with it, actually. That's a good idea. Thanks for suggesting it. Give me a vulnerable potion, since against this upcoming boss, being able to hit damage breakpoints is really valuable. Obviously, if I didn't have Pantograph, I'd be resting here. Give me the Crushed Joints. There you go, we're practically at full. Fasting Battle Hymn? Maybe. Maybe just Fasting Strike. I was trying to get Crushed Joints to apply, but I don't really want to spend my Miracle on that. Fasting Battle Hymn, huh? Well, 2 smites would make it very easy to break him next turn, wouldn't it? Like, that's 24 damage, and I need to do, I don't know, around 40? Maybe just compromise with 1 fasting, a Battle Hymn, and do a little damage to ensure that I get there. This is 9. This is 10. I could Miracle to make him vulnerable, but that's not really that important. I'd rather save the Miracle for when it really, like, does something serious. So we need to do 29, which is trivially easy. Therefore, we should try to optimize for when we do... Actually, how much damage do we have total? 24... 30... 33? Well... So all that really matters is that we don't play Just Lucky last, because it would kind of bump into all the extra shield he gets. We should play one of the smites last, and then all of this will be real damage. No thanks, I guess? I'll already have, like... So the other thing I was just thinking of is I could consider saving the smite and playing strike, but that's actually not enough damage, so let's not do that. Maybe I should have vulnerable him, actually, since we just did a ton of damage there. But we'll have a lot of turns like that with all these smites. So I kind of want to play both smites here, I think. And then the question is, like, when exactly do I weave in my blocking? After the dex gain, or before I take rebounded attack damage? Well, let's just play one smite and then play vigilance. Which means we play the halt first. Could I have gotten away with being in Wrath, actually? If I'd, like, played Vigilance, Eruption. I would have 2 energy left. I think I could have gotten away with that, and I would have taken a little damage, but I guess I can still do it, but I'm missing out now on the benefit of Halt doing, like, extra blocking in Wrath form, so it's not that great now. I mean, we can get a pretty gigantic pile of damage in, but he would be attacking for 32. And we don't have that much block, you know? So I think I'm going to just try to save more smites. I don't know, I really want to be in Wrath at the beginning of the next turn, is the thing. But to do that, I have to be in Wrath during this turn, which is not as appealing. How much damage can I do? Like, I start with Eruption, and then I, like, Miracle Crush Joints. And I still have 3 energy to play, like, 2 smites and the defend and this. I would be gaining quite a bit of block off of that. I'll give it a try. So, we do this. God, that's so much damage. So I get to play everything except one card here. And I think that card should be a smite. I want to save a smite for next turn. Even though it means I do a little bit less damage this turn. I want to have the smite next turn when, like, I can pop him before his next attack. So we strike. Smite. Smite. Actually, can I kill him? Yeah, I can. Should I? Like, obviously, not taking all this damage is pretty cool, right? We're on Ascension 5, and so we don't heal to full at the end of the fight. So, like, I should consider just taking the win. And if I'm going to do that, I should play Just Lucky first, and then Smite, and I won't take more rebounded damage. On the other hand, if I'm not doing that, I should play Just Lucky and then defend. Right? Well, actually... yeah, playing Just Lucky first is strictly better in both cases. Get out of here. Oh! There's art for that. We threw a coin at him. Okay, so he's attacking for 32, and I'm at like 38. I would, well, I'd be at 17 more. So, hang on. If I put this on, I have 24 block. He hits for 32, which means I take 8 actual damage. Which is, in the grand scheme of things, only a couple health. Considering, like, I don't know, it's maybe like 6 health less that we start the next floor with. And what would be the advantage of it? The advantage would just be that, like, we might happen to draw a lesson learned. I don't think that's a good plan. So, I made a mistake here. I should have played Just Lucky sooner, realizing that I could actually kill him, and that the block from it would be useful. Right, I should have played like 1 attack earlier, I think, and I would take 3 less damage. Oh well. Okay, more vaults I'm usually okay with. Ragnarok also probably fine. Right, once again with like Yang, I believe Ragnarok is good. But like Vault is just always so great. I don't know how many vaults you would have to put in my deck to make me say, please, no more vaults. Fusion Hammer. Excellent with lesson learned, right? I mean, we haven't done that great a job of upgrading stuff, but hopefully when we get more energy, we'll get there. And the other two are like much scarier. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this was an even slower Act 1 than the last episode than the last run was. So I'm gonna actually split this into 3 acts, believe it or not. I told you I'm a slow player, and Watcher is even slower. So that's it for this episode. Join me next time for part 2.